Welcome back everyone to the Audacious Money Witch channel, where we talk about the magic behind the stock market. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so listen. If you've been following my portfolio, you know I was all in on LULULemon, and guess what? They just dropped a complete clanger. Holy smokes, this is not a drill. My LULULemon position just got absolutely annihilated. Seriously, I feel like the universe is just giving me a big old poke with a stick right now. The economy is in a mess, and LULULemon just proved it. But you know what? Every single time a door closes, another one opens. Because while LULULemon is still out there shitting the pants, I'm making a new bet. A much bigger, more exciting bet. And it's on a stock you probably think is a joke. I'm talking about Trulieve, the biggest cannabis company in the whole dang United States. And I know what you're thinking, weed stocks. Are you kidding me? They've been crashing for years. And yeah, you're not wrong. The sector has been absolutely pummeled. But that's the whole point. While everyone else is running for the hills, I've been digging deep into the weed. Pun intended. And I found something that LULULemon completely missed. You see, LULULemon is all about discretionary spending. When the macroeconomy gets all squirrely and people start feeling a little broke, the first thing they stop buying are $150 yoga pants.
But this is not just a tariff story. Clearly, what's weighing on the stock and what's weighing on your performance, the growth has come to a halt in the key market of North America. What's going on?
Yeah, as we shared, our international growth momentum continues, and we're not happy with our performance, particularly in the U.S. And when we look at that, it's really rooted in product, in particular in our lounge and social categories linked to some of our successful core franchises that we need to update and bring newness into to delight our guest. And we've not done that over the last
you just had the
time.
Wrong assortment, wrong color, wrong style. What was it?
The newness, the guest has responded incredibly well to. What I would say is we haven't brought enough within those categories to engage the guest to have her and him, spend. Our new guest in the U.S. is positive. Our guest spend with our low to mid value guests, so those that are younger with the brand, is up year over year. Our high value guests are over indexing on our new styles, so they're engaged. Their retention is up year over year. It's frequency linked to spend on the core franchises that they have, and they're waiting and reacting to new. And what we need to do is bring, through innovation, more newness to that guest in particular. And I would say our mix right now doesn't represent what the guest is reacting to. And that's the work the team has been in and will continue to improve 26 and through the year.
I wonder how much of it is just the fierce competition. Aloe Yoga, Viore. I mean, these brands are really hot right now. Are they taking share? Has that been part of the story?
We've gained share in the premium activewear in Q2. The consumer spending less in apparel, less in activewear, and less in the premium activewear. That said, we know we can do better, but we are growing share. There's a lot of share for us to still gain and grow. When I look at competition, we know when we deliver, we win. We've delivered innovation in our performance apparel. We've grown that. We grew that in Q2, and we grew market share in that. Where we lost the opportunity is in the lounge and social. We became predictable. Our guests weren't reacting, and that's the opportunity. We disappointed them, we're focused on. But with competition, we have a brand that is uniquely positioned, a guest that's incredibly loyal. We just know what we need to do and do it better, in particular in a couple of key categories.
How long does that take?
We hired Jonathan Zhang as our lead creative director a year ago. He and the team have been in that work. They're incredibly energized. They're energizing our product playbook. There's a lot of excitement in the organization around what's coming. And we know we need to show that to the guest and get them to react to it. But I would say that we're not at the starting line. We're well into the work and well into the race, and it progressively gets better. But next year is really the shift from a 23% on average of our mix of new styles to 35%.
So next year is where we should look for some sort of turnaround. I guess one question investors and analysts are wondering today is it going to get worse before it gets better with the numbers?
Yeah, we guided with our point of view on momentum, uncertainty with the guest for the back half of this year. We have not provided 26 guidance other than indicating the impact of tariff and de minimis into next year. That aside, we will provide guidance. But I am confident in the new styles that we're seeing. But clearly, we got to put them in front of the guest. But they are reacting to the new now, and there is exciting new coming
You're encouraged
into next year.
about that.
But cannabis, that's a whole different story. It's a resilient sector, and Trulieve is built different. I'm not here to tell you to buy it just because. I'm here to show you why it's a business model. Its political tailwinds and its absolute domination in key markets make it my #1 stock for 2025. This isn't just a bet, this is a calculated plan. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. Why Trulieve? #1, vertical integration. These guys own the whole darn process from seed to sale.
Imagine for a moment that you decided to invest money now and you bought a farm. And the farmland around here, let's say you bought 160 acres and you bought it at X per share or per acre. And the farmer next to you had 160 identical acres, same contour, same quality of soil quality. So it was identical. And that farmer next door to you was a very peculiar character, because every day that farmer with the identical farm said, "I'll sell you my farm, or I'll buy your farm at a certain price," which he would name. Now, that's a very obliging neighbor. I mean, that's got to be a plus to have a fellow like that with the next farm. You don't get that with farms. You get it with stocks. If you own 100 shares of General Motors, on Monday morning, somebody will buy your 100 shares or sell you another 100 shares at exactly the same price, and that goes on 5 days a week. But just imagine if you had a farmer doing that. When you bought the farm, you looked at what the farm would produce. That was what went through your mind. You were saying to yourself, "I'm paying X dollars per acre. I think I'll get so many bushels of corn or soybeans on average. Some years good, some years bad. Some years the price will be good, some years the price will be bad, etc." But you think about the potential of the farm. And now you get this idiot that buys a farm next to you, and on top of that, he's sort of a manic depressive and drinks, maybe smokes a little pot. So his numbers just go all over the place. Now, the only thing you have to do is to remember that this guy next door is there to serve you and not to instruct you. You bought the farm because you thought the farm was had the potential. You don't really need a quote on it. If you bought in with John D. Rockefeller or Andrew Carnegie, and there were never any quotes. Well, there were quotes later on, but basically, you bought into the business, and that's what you're doing when you buy stocks. But you get this added advantage that you do have this neighbor who you're not obliged to listen to at all, who is going to give you a price every day, and he's going to have his ups and downs, and maybe he'll name a silly price that he'll buy at, in which case you sell if you want to, or maybe he'll name a very low price and you'll buy his farm from him. But you don't have to, and you don't want to put yourself in a position to where you have. The American tailwind is marvelous. American business represents, and it's going to have interruptions, and you're not going to foresee the interruptions, and you do not want to get yourself in a position where those interruptions can affect you, either because you're leveraged or because you're psychologically unable to handle looking at a bunch of numbers. If you really had a farm and you had this neighbor, and one day he offered you $2,000 an acre, and the next day he offers you $1,200 an acre, and maybe the day after that he offers you $800 an acre, are you really going to feel that at $2,000 an acre, when you had evaluated what the farm would produce, are you going to let this guy drive you into thinking I better sell because his number keeps coming in lower all the time? It's a very, very, very important matter to bring the right psychological approach to owning common stock.
They cultivate, they manufacture, and they retail their own products. Think of it like this. LULULemon has to rely on other companies for their manufacturing, which creates risk. Trulieve mitigates that risk by being in total control. They have their own in-house quality team and labs. This allows them to control the cost, the pricing, and product quality. They're like the Apple of cannabis. Number 2, state dominance. They're not just a small player. Trulieve is the largest cannabis retailer in the U.S. They've got market-leading operations in Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. And get this, in Florida alone, they have over 160 dispensaries. That's a massive footprint, and it gives them a huge advantage over competitors. While the rest of the market is bumbling around, Trulieve is building a fortress. Number 3, political catalysts. Now this is the big one. This is the stuff that gets me really excited. President Trump has stated he supports rescheduling cannabis to Schedule 3. What does that mean for Trulieve? It means a huge reduction in tax burden and easier access to financial services. We're talking about potentially a massive boost to their bottom line. And yeah, the Safer Banking Act didn't pass in 2024, but the Senate is still moving forward with it. These aren't just maybes, folks. These are real, tangible catalysts that could send this stock soaring. Number 4, the Florida factor. We can't talk about Trulieve without talking about Florida. Last year, the legalization ballot initiative got a whopping 55.9% of the vote, just shy of the 60% supermajority needed. But now they refiled for the 2026 ballot. You think that's not going to pass? With Trulieve's established presence and lobbying, I'd bet my last loonie on it. When adult use becomes legal in Florida, Trulieve is going to be the first in line to reap the rewards. It's not a question of if, but when. My LULULemon plan, the long hold. Now you might be asking, so you're just selling LULULemon, eh? And the answer is no. This is where I'm going to do something a little different. A lot of people see this LULULemon crash as a sell signal. And for some, it is. But for me, it's a buying opportunity. LULULemon is a premium brand with a massive loyal community. This isn't just a trend, it's an experiential brand. They have a strong balance sheet with little to no debt, and they've been consistently buying back shares. The reason for the current slump, it's simple.
Oh, great. Another annoying fitness influencer walking in like she owns the place. So annoying. Listen to this. When she was 70, her doctor told her, you need to change your whole life. And guess what? She did. What is it? I guess if she can lift 135 pounds at 78, maybe I can lift my butt from this couch at 36.
Damn right you can.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
That they make your butt look amazing.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
People are tightening their belts due to the macro environment, but that won't last forever. When the economy recovers, LULULemon will be one of the first stocks to bounce back. The stock has a solid track record of rebounding after downturns, and I believe we're headed toward a bottom, maybe around that $130 mark. That's where I'll consider adding to my position, not selling. My strategy is a two-pronged approach. Trulieve is my short-term, high-growth play for 2025. It has an immediate catalyst and the political tailwinds to generate a quick return. But LULULemon, that's my long-term hold. I'm looking at 2027 and beyond. The international expansion, especially into Europe and Asia, is just the beginning. They're not done growing. While the U.S. market might be slow right now, their global footprint is set to explode over the next few years. I believe that by 2027, LULULemon will not only recover, but will be hitting new all-time highs, making us rich in the long run. So yeah, LULULemon is taking a dirt nap right now, and that's okay. It's a wake-up call. It's a reminder that market conditions can change on a dime. But it also pointed me in a completely new direction. Trulieve might be down right now, but its long-term potential is off the charts. It has the fundamentals, the political tailwinds, and the market dominance to make it my top pick for 2025. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research, but I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not selling my LULULemon, but I'm diverting new capital and moving that money straight into Trulieve. What do you guys think? Are you with me on this? Let me know in the comment section below if you think I'm crazy or if you're riding the green wave with me. And if you want to see how this all plays out and get more of my investing insights, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss an update. Stay smart, stay safe, and let's make some money.